Yeah, I'm in the same clothes. So, no, you're not getting up to put your makeup on. Not that there's much makeup there. He thinks that he's going to put on his face. You can put on your face. Your face is on. That's what I used to say as a kid with autism. What do you mean, Nana, I have to put on my face? You have to put on your face. You have a face. Makeup. Anyway, literalness, hey? So, I will be bathing today, don't worry. But I'm probably going to do a second coat. I know, I feel like furniture. Anyway, and then I'll wash it off, and then I'll have a nice bath. And I know you're probably laughing at that because it's probably going to ruin it, isn't it? Probably. But, you know, no. I'll probably have a bath first and have a nice soak and then do my tan again, because it's all about the base. I got the base, but I've got to build up. And I'm enjoying the self-care. So yes, you guys are right. I highly recommend it. You should do it. Shouldn't you, Max? You can't see him, he's on the ground in front of my bath, but you should do it, shouldn't you? Yeah, he thinks it's pretty cool. He's always with me. He's so cute. He still taps me for a cuddle. Ah, gosh. You're the best support cat in the world. Second to Willow. Yes. Go play with your brother. So basically, I'm so tired. I'm not getting enough sleep because of upstairs. And it's been it's been at least a week and a half. And it's really affecting me. And it's really getting to me. And I just feel, my arms hurt. My arms hurt so bad. I just brushed my teeth in bed. I'm sitting in here so I can be normal. Whoops. Sorry about that. So I can be normal. Hang on, let's just be normal. Let's give my face a bit of a, See, I'm alive. This thing makes me feel like I'm alive. It's amazing, isn't it? What theatre arts can do. I feel like I'm going out now. Okay, whatever. I'm just being silly. I've got my fairy makeup. This is actually body glitter. So cool. Put on your face. It's actually legit stuff, but it only costs a couple of bucks from Shein. So this one is pink and gold. I'm going to get another one. I don't know what colour or colours, because you can get ones that are multicolour. You can get ones that are plain colours. It depends. So we'll see, but we've got that. What else did I do? I added into one of it. I made this myself, the container, which is super cute. But these are the clips that, you know, hold your hair up from when you are doing makeup, because I did put makeup here. I do have a lot actually of the makeup. Didn't realise how much of the makeup I actually have. I've got a big makeup bag. Still have a makeup bag as if I'm a dancer and I have to carry it around. Anyway, some of you guys, you have these suitcase things that come up and have this. No, we had that luckily when we got there, but you know, we had to lug with us our costumes in one hand, you know, especially when you're short. I'm holding it up here so it doesn't touch the ground, because a lot of the tapping dresses were clothes. So tapping is, you tend to wear more clothes than say leotards and things like that. So I'd be holding costumes up and I'd have my makeup bag and it's just like, oh. But anyway, they have suitcases now with wheels, like better suitcases. Our suitcases when I was a kid were those carry ones, okay? Yeah, not the hard curry ones. I had the soft curry ones. That was the modern ones then. Yeah, I'm old. So basically now, you guys have the pull along ones. The kids just have to pull it along. It's like, oh, that's hard. And then you got springboards like that you're dancing on. You don't get shin splints, do you? Ouch. Hurts a lot. It's just not fair. But you know what? It is just how life is. I'll show you what I made last night. I didn't make it, but like, well, I did, but like, isn't that amazing? These are individual bracelets that I super glued together. It's called a sculpture. It's cool. You can't say it's not cool. I did that. But you know what I also did? I got my finger stuck. And I was like, oh! I had a panic attack, literal. Okay, let me talk about my panic attack. Okay, my panic attack. Okay, my brother is responsible for this. Oh, if you super glue your fingers or anything to that forever, you will not be able to remove your fingers forever. And I'll be like, Mom, he just said this. And she's like, oh, stop listening. He says he's just teasing you. Stop listening. As if like, stop listening to your brother. And I'm like, if only everyone knew I was autistic. I mean, they knew something was wrong. That was obvious. They wouldn't deny that even. That's why they don't like me. Because I'm weird to them. So weird is bad. So to all you, oh my gosh, my hair is falling out. To all you people that are accepted for being autistic, or families of you that have autistics and you're all in acceptance, I don't know what that feels like. So it's basically, yeah, like it was really intense. I panicked as if that was going to happen. And Matt's like, what? And I'm like, it's stuck. What's stuck? I'm thinking, he knows I've got super glue with the bangles. He knows what I'm doing. I'm like, looking at him like, what do you mean, what's stuck? You fucking idiot. Sorry about that, sorry. But my brain today, I'm so tired. The Tourette's is going to happen. It's just going to get worse throughout the day. By the time it gets to tonight, I will be maybe a truck driver or maybe just saying the weirdest things. Like I said, it could be music, songs, it could be advertisement jingles, or it could just be like weird conversations. They're just like, it's almost like, you know how when you say a word and you have a word association, it's like story and then story association, and it just keeps going. And Sir just laughs. At least he gets a buzz out of it. Me, my brain's going. If I was to explain Tourette's, ADHD, either of those for me, it's fast. I feel drunk. I feel, and you know what? It's so, yeah, I'll finish the story about the stuck hands. Yeah, it's still stuck. My brother said it would be stuck forever. That you'd never be able to get it off. So I'm going through that saying, obviously it was traumatic as a child. I know that's stupid and it's not my brother's fault. You know, my mother allowed a lot of negative, toxic engagement between my brother and I. Toxicity and dysfunctional, bad behaviour, violent behaviour, whatever, in my household was treated like it was just normal growing up. So anyway, couldn't remove my finger. And so I did. It did take a tiny bit of tissue, like a dot or two. I was a bit dramatic, 100% dramatic. 100% dramatic. Ridiculous. I was being stupid, okay? But I got it off and still put Gabby's doll's house band-aid on. Anyway, so what was I saying before? Tourette's. Yeah, so Tourette's is, if anyone else has got Tourette's, tell me, how do you feel? Because, oh, my hair, man, what's that? What's that? It's my layers. Basically, it's like my, is it pre-ictal? What makes me feel drunk? Seizures. See, the pre-ictal, after that, I don't have clear memory. It's not something, it's twilighty, okay? So it's really hard. That basically, I feel drunk when a seizure is beginning. When I'm in pre-ictal, I feel drunk. I feel like someone, it's like, I've literally said to Matt before, has someone given me like an injection? Because I'm feeling this quick. I haven't had a tablet. I haven't eaten or drunk anything. It's like someone's just gone, and I'm like, and everything's in slow motion, and it's like my brain's like, I feel like my brain is disappearing. You know, like it's just floating away, literally away, not just feeling like it's but floating away. So that's the description of, if you want to know what it's like to have a seizure, then after that, it's just, it's like your body's having a tantrum without your permission. But it causes you pain. It makes you confused because it's like, why do I not have control of my body? I mean, we all have control of our body, right? You can be drunk, you have control of your body. Yes, we all know we feel like we don't, but we do. This is not like that. You literally, and I'm not a drug taker, so I'm not even going there with that. So I don't know what that's like. That's just not yours. That's my bath. He's trying to get up. Right, well, you achieved what you wanted to. You knocked my play ball, my bath ball. It's just a sticky ball that sticks to. No, you can't get it. Didn't go down the drain pipe. Gosh, it's not that clever. You're not that clever. You're not playing golf. You didn't get it down the drain, and it's a special drain. No. He's thinking of jumping up onto something that's like, the reason why I glued my bangles, they're display bangles. They were always meant to be a structure next to my bath. There's a zone here that's a sensory, like, calm place. Because bathing for me, even though now it's become a necessity because of my disability, it used to be my sensory time. So my sensory seeking thing. I'd lay under the water. I used to use my swimming goggles in the bath as an adult. I've always, you know, had that downtime with water, especially if I haven't had a pool. That's why I've always had pools for not only my kids, but for me. Because say I had to do all my duties of the day and I need a break, I'd go for a swim, right? That would be my, then I could cope. Being an autistic mum is different to being a neurotypical mum. And that's why a lot of autistic mums, I think, lose their children older as well, is because they outgrow us as an autistic. Because most autistics, not I guess Asperger's, but most autistics, like myself, that have full-blown autism to the point where our mental age is nowhere near our chronological age, our children outgrow us. It doesn't mean that the little shits, they're just smarter than me. That's what they act like. But it just means that, yeah, they find it hard to, because they are looking at, no, you should be like this. They're that, you know, it's the stereotype. I'm disabled, I'm a minority group, I don't fit the stereotype of a mum of 51. However, I'm sure there's mums that are 51 that aren't disabled with autism or anything like that who are different, you know, for choice reasons, which is wonderful, I think. I think we need to all be more different. Okay, stop being all the same. Don't do what they all tell you to do on the TV or the influencers, okay? Yes, do things that say they do so you go, oh, I like that. Genuinely, you like that, then do it. But don't do it for the sake of it. It's noticeable and it's stupid and it's secondhand embarrassment for me to watch. Look, no offense, I don't follow channels like that, but I'm just saying, like, it's just, but yeah, it's autism is difficult when you get much older as well. Being 51, it is difficult. So to the person out there that said, you know, you're struggling with diagnosis because you're 50, I am so sorry. And I validate your autism. I do. Because in this day and age, you know. I think that if I was being diagnosed now, I would walk in going, yeah, I know I am. So confidently. I wouldn't be questioning it. I wouldn't be doing quizzes online. I'd just be like, I know I am. Because there's so much information out there. There's so many channels to watch. And I watch channels and I look at things and I go, oh my goodness, I do that. It's got to be an autism thing then. Why do I do that as well? And it's really, it's actually really nice. Because you know what I've spent most of my life doing? Is watching TV in the old days before, oh, I'm old, before YouTube, we used to watch just TV. I used to see women my age or roundabout and I'd be like, that's just, none of these women are like me. Why? What's wrong with me? Like, I don't feel like a real woman. I remember even saying in therapy, when I was in therapy because of my mum, I said, like, it's a bit like the Britney Spears song, not yet a woman, not a girl, not yet a woman. That's where I felt like I was, and I feel like I still am. But I know why, with the autism problems, with the mental age and understanding things that, say, another 51-year-old who's not autistic does understand. I have a lot of blind spots. So it's like, yeah, I just used to look at these women and go, wow, like, that must be nice to be like that. And I knew I couldn't be like that. I just didn't know why. And now that I have the knowledge, just know that you've got that knowledge. Obviously, that's why you're wanting to be tested. And that means that you're seeing signs. And you know what? In psychology, they have the theory. And it's great to check the theory out to see if you're autistic. I mean, I'm not big into self-diagnosis, not at all, because we are not practitioners of diagnostics for autism. I'm not, you're not, we get that. But basically, you not only get to look at theory these days, but you get to look at online and look at autistics and go, do I relate to them more than I relate to the normal population? There is, and they call that, so you got theory, which is what you use in psychology. You use empirical data theories, meaning the scientific studies have been done and replicated and peer-reviewed, meaning other people have replicated it and all got the same results many times, many samples. Samples are a bunch of people doing it in a variety way to really make sure that what the results are real, right? Because you can't just do something as a once-off. It could just be like that group of people or that, you don't know. if you look at science in a normal science way, just think of variables. You've got to control variables. You've got to have a control group, and then you've got to have the sample group that you're testing on. And people then have to then replicate your study to make sure it's like a thing. But then you're getting to see the real world implications, which is the people you watch on TikTok who are autistic and you're relating to them, the people you watch maybe on YouTube or on Love on the Spectrum, and you relate to them and you go, I'm very much like her in this way, and this one in this way, and this one in this way. And there's bits of everything in everyone. Not all of the females, but a lot of them, I've got parts of me that are very much like them. One sir reckons is a lot, but only he can say that because he's outside looking in to me. So that's a lot easier, isn't it? But yeah, when I see some other autistics do things that are in the real world, which is real world implications, people that are they've been diagnosed, you know that they are autistic, and you look at them and you go, oh my gosh, I do that. Exactly like that, in that way, and I think like that. That's how my understanding is. Go with that because you're onto something, really. I mean, that, if you just want to know psychology science there, that's kind of like justification for a testing process for possible diagnosis, yes. But none of us are diagnostics, so can't do that. But it's a matter of finding out roughly your leveling of where you are, because that's very important, particularly if you're an adult, because of safety. You need to keep yourself safe if you are like me and have classic autism to the point where people could manipulate you too easily. You're not going to be safe as a woman. You must protect yourself. That's the biggest thing. And that includes things from all of the abuses, or all of the toxic behaviors, or all of just narcissistic people, anything, guys. Friendships, relationships, business, anything. Be careful. Even just going to the shops, those ones that come up and 10% off, and if you buy this, it's 5 to 1, and if you 3, you get 4 free, and it's just like, is this a university lecture? Hey, shut up. I'm just here to buy that spray. But thanks for wasting your time and telling me your life story of what they tell you to say. That's a script, man, and that was boring. Okay, next time just give me the card that they gave you to read and to study. God, they all sound the same. It's like, I'm here because I'm happy to buy your products. You don't need to bombard me. And any corporate that's doing that, us autistics, okay, let's step up, right? Because we're good at just saying, this is what you don't do and this is what you do. You're just pissing people off and making people leave. Well, maybe not neurotypicals. They're a little bit more, sorry guys, but you fall for it. We're meant to be the gullible ones. How come we just walk out like, oh, you're annoying, and we just walk off? Get me away. I just wheel myself away from the person. It's like, I don't want to hear that shit, because you're just sprouting your script. I don't want to hear fakeness, and I don't want to buy anything extra just because you're telling me to. I'm not that stupid. I know that one. Social story. Learned that the first time because that's a social injustice. Kind of connected to that. It's like, no, you're a bad person. Jeez, how do you sleep at night? I'm sorry, they're not that bad. Well, it's bad. It's bad, but like, how do you sleep at night? When you know that lady bought that thing because you told them to. Don't you feel guilty that maybe they're now lacking some food? I'm just saying, that's how I would feel. I'm a very sensitive soul because my religion, firstly, I'd say. And then next to that, I've been the most hurt person in the world among some other ones. I'm not saying that I'm the most hurt. I'm saying there's a cohort of us out there that are the most hurt people in the world. Okay? And rejection by significant family members is something that some people don't survive. They take their lives, they turn to alcohol, they go really dark places. I'm very strong. I'm very blessed that I've had good, obviously, guidance from other people that have made me sane, because I'm in that cohort though, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, basically, I don't know how you sleep at night. But anyway, shopping's fun, isn't it, when you're autistic? Ugh, the eyeballs. Anyone struggle with the eyeballs? I love the ear things because it's like, oh, the music. It's like, I can relax. It's like quieter. It's like being underwater a little bit. It's like, this is good. I can handle this for longer than what I can without. So I can extend the period of time. If I really want to zone it out, it's music, right? Headsets with music, so I can't hear anything. And I have to be tapped on the shoulder, and it's like, what? I'm in my bubble. Get out. Get out of my bubble. And then, but we can do nothing about, I can put sunnies on, but it doesn't close your eyes. It doesn't close your eyes. But I don't want to see people. I want to go shopping. I wish I was that rich that you go shopping and it all closes down for you. Not for the reasons of being special, but just because I just prefer not being around people. Sounds so antisocial, but I'm not. It's just when I'm scheduled for people, I will enjoy people. Thank you. God, I wish I was royal. Even though I don't probably have the choices though. They have royal duties. Duties to speak to the people. Oh, the people they have to speak to, it must be boring. Hello, Prime Minister. Blah, blah, blah. Boring. No wonder why Prince Philip was like, taking the piss out of everything. Whatever, he was naughty. But you know what? I can't handle that kind of straightness. I'm trouble. If I'm in a workplace, that's why I worked well in IT, because I was like nerd in my zone with music. We all had our music. We're all probably on the spectrum actually. We had a lovely little mixture of people. Sir was included. He was my boss. He was an asshole. He's an asshole boss. Just want to let you know that. An asshole. Do this and do that by this time. And it's like, I can't do it that fast, sir. You want quality or quantity? Quantity of mess. What do you want? A quantity of mess or quality? Because that ain't going to fly with me, mate. And I know my stats are good because I get a report on my work. That's what I loved. SEO and copywriting online on the internet. You get a report card type thing and it tells you, and it went up when I took over from him. The boss didn't know it. But anyway, I did. And it's like, at the end of the day, yes. But then every now and then, I'd be all silly, hyper, because I'm in an office, no window, which is a good thing because I can focus. My hyper focus was good. But when I was like, and I'm socially immature and everything, very immature, they'd all go, what have you been taking this morning? Seriously? Every day you were just calm, normal, right? You love your music, today you won't shut the fuck up. And it's like, well, today's social day. Don't know why, but my mind and body saying social. Now I like to be social. Now I want input, output, I want this flowing. flowing. Actually, it's mainly me just outputting because it's all in here. And then I finally put it all together because I'm a little bit of a slow processor. I get to a certain point and I'm like, yep, I had a lot of processing over the weekend. This is what I think about that. And they go, where did that come from? Well, just been thinking about it. And they're all like, that was last week. I know, but it was only last week. Yeah, but this is this week now. We're kind of over it. It's like, yeah, but I've only just got it. Yeah, it's tough being autistic, guys. But anyway, they were very tolerant because they were probably on the spectrum, like I said. They just understood, but I think they were all less on the spectrum than me. So it was like, I'm trying, and I don't think they had the ADHD. The ADHD where hyper person me is like, do you want to hear this joke? Knock, knock. And they go, no, I don't. I want to do my work. And then it's like, can you be quiet for 5 minutes? I'm like, okay. I have a snack. The crunch. I need the crunch. They look at me. And I'm like, and they're like, I'm eating. I'm eating. And then I drink my drink and swallow. It's obviously making sound. We're in a quiet office. There's no window. In a prison. Yep. We had to sit close together. We didn't have the little cubicle things. That would have been annoying, so I would have had to keep doing this. Hi. Hi. What you doing? What you doing? Yeah, I like to feel like I'm part of something. When I go to work, it's like, right, I want to feel like I'm at work. Where's the people? I don't necessarily, don't talk to me too much, just be there. So you can imagine they're the same with me. But then they'd have their days where they're like, oh my goodness, on the weekend, blah, 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 blah. And you're just like, shut the fuck up, I'm trying to do my work. So it used to happen both ways. But I'm just saying, having ADHD in an office is a problem. It's a problem. You know, you've got something left at the printer, but then you're here doing this, and something over there's being left out, your drawer's left out, and then you go to sit down and, oh, in the stomach, I forgot to close my drawer, didn't I? And the people next to you are like, yeah, obviously, you just hurt yourself, and you do it all the time. If you wanted to know what it's like to be autistic in an office, and why I didn't really work in an office much, that's why. It's not doable, okay? Choose your job wisely, ADHDers, autistics. Go with your special interest and go with something that flows with your body and mind, I guess. It's just recommended. But I do admit, with my fatigue problems, I did not burn out as much in that job compared to the jobs that I actually like doing, which is up on my feet, moving around, you know, doing things physically. But my body's like, you've got 22Q, you've got so many fatiguing illnesses that you know, you need to lie down all the time. Haha. That's 22Q, if you want to know what that feels like. And if you don't, and if you do too much today, you're going to be in agony tonight. And we're going to have a pain party. My body's mean. So that's what it's like to have 22Q. That's my life in a nutshell. But I wish I was working. Anyway, there's also a point here. It's a privilege to work. It's a privilege to have that kind of power. It really is. Working is power and privilege, and has a lot that comes with it. And disabled people lose that. So please remember that if you're not disabled, or disabled kids, think of their life who don't get to work. It's not easy. I didn't really get a chance because I am that disabled child. We now know. Although my family would try and act like she's just a bit sicker than other kids sometimes. It's not really wasn't really a big deal. It was. They just didn't go to hospitals to find out what the big deals were going really on. But basically, like, it is really difficult. In Australia, if you want to know Americans, we do not get the disability pension or allowance of any kind. We have to be a dependent on someone else or fully dependent on the government for disability, or do some hours, you know, because I could never do full time, and then you get supplemented the pension. But if you were with a person living with your partner or whatever, no, you got zero. You're not an independent person in Australia. And they wonder why they have problems, why women are so struggle street, homeless and stuff, and struggling. Because you don't give them a pension, man. When they're disabled from birth. So, it's different here. You're independent. You're an independent woman in every other way. And then in other ways, it's like, no, sorry, we're making you a codependent. It's kind of convenient, isn't it, Mr. Albanese? Your mum was disabled. Maybe you might want to rethink the structure of giving women their independence in marriage. Just a thought. Anyway, guys, I shall go because I have to bob down. Thanks for listening. I hope you liked my morning shot at my new vanity. I'm very happy with it. I think it looks lovely. Hence why I did it. So I used to sometimes spend time in here instead of just in my bed. It's not just for you guys to see a nice area, different in the house, but it's for me too. So thanks for watching, and we'll see what I get up to next, eh? Who knows? Bye, guys.